Hello and welcome back, everybody. We have something in store today for you on the Am I the Asshole train that may be seen as controversial. Let's get to it. Am I the asshole for going on a pre-planned and paid vacation after my boyfriend's father passed away? My boyfriend, 30 male, and I, 28 female, have been dating for 4 years and have been living together for the past 18 months. Our lease is up at the end of this month and we were hoping to have purchased a house by now, but that didn't happen. So we decided to just renew our lease and keep the house hunt going. I've also had a very stressful year career-wise, so this fall a few friends and I booked a girls' trip to Mexico for a yoga/wellness retreat. We are leaving next Thursday, and we are all really looking forward to it. The week before Thanksgiving, my boyfriend's dad unexpectedly passed away. My boyfriend immediately flew out to be with his mom and siblings. He ended up staying there for Thanksgiving instead of coming home, which I completely understand. Due to the holiday and scheduling conflicts with other relatives, the funeral wasn't scheduled until the Friday after I leave for my trip. When he told me the date of the funeral, I reminded him that I would be gone. He asked if there was any way I could reschedule the trip or get a refund, and I told him I would look into it, but the trip was booked through a group rate and was 100% non-refundable. None of my friends wanted to go through the hassle of rescheduling, which sucks, but I get it. I saved a lot of money to take this trip and really need the escape, and if I cancel, I don't get the money back at all. I explained all of this to my boyfriend and he asked me what I was going to do. I apologized and told him that I think I'm going to go on the trip, because I don't want that money to go away for nothing. All of this was over the phone, because he was still with his family, and he told me we would talk more when he got back. When he came home, we talked more about it, and I apologized so many times when I was explaining why I was still going on the trip. He seemed to understand and told me it was fine, but when I asked him when we were going to sign the papers to renew our lease, because I want that done before I leave, he said he's not doing that anymore. He said that he came back to figure some things out at work, and then he's flying back for the funeral, and will be staying with his mom while they figure some things out. I asked him why he didn't talk to me about this first, and he said that he's talking to me about it right now. He said his mom needs help, so he's going to stay with her. I asked him what I'm supposed to do about a place to live, and he told me to figure it out with my friends on your vacation. I told him that he's putting me in a bad situation and that he seemed fine with me going on the trip and missing the funeral. He said he wasn't going to beg me to cancel my trip and that I made that decision on my own, so he's making this decision for himself. I told him he's being an asshole and should have talked to me about this first. He said I'm the one who prioritized drinking on a beach over being at his dad's funeral. So if anyone is an asshole here, it's me. Okay, OP has offered the following explanation for why they think they might be the asshole. My boyfriend's dad passed away and the funeral was scheduled for a day that I will be on vacation. My trip was non-refundable and I couldn't reschedule, so I told my boyfriend I would have to miss the funeral. He seemed okay with it, but then dropped a bombshell that he's not renewing our lease and will be living with his mom instead. Now I have no place to live because of him, but he thinks I'm the one being an asshole. I think I might be an asshole for not cancelling a vacation to go to my boyfriend's dad's funeral. This is awful. This whole situation is awful. Let's read some of the comments first before I go into anything. You're the asshole. You made your bed when you prioritized your vacation over your boyfriend. You shouldn't be surprised that he's prioritizing himself and his family over your housing concerns. This wasn't a short-term relationship. You guys were going to buy a house together, But when he really needed you, you cared more about yourself and your friends. In doing that, you showed him where he actually falls on your list of priorities, and it wasn't where he'd expected he'd land, so he made some decisions for himself. You added to his pain and hurt at a time that you should have been the person helping to prop him up. You're the asshole. Your boyfriend is going through what could possibly be one of the hardest times of his life. An unexpected death of a parent is absolutely horrifying and a devastating shock. He is clearly grieving. You're his partner and he needs you right now, and instead, you're taking a vacation. Trips can happen anytime. This is a once-in-a-lifetime tragedy. If you really love him, you'll be there for him. You're the asshole. Your partner of 4 years lost their parent, and you think it's more important to go on a vacation. You showed your priorities, they aren't your relationship. Yep, gonna go with you're the asshole. It sucks to be out money, I get it. But the dude just lost his father, and now you're calling him an asshole for not wanting to renew the lease with someone who wasn't there to support him in his time of need. I wouldn't blame him for 1 second. Was the trip worth throwing your relationship over for? I sure hope so, because that's what just happened. I don't want that money to go away for nothing. Do you see how you just said that your long-term boyfriend's father's funeral is nothing? You're the asshole. Okay. We're at a point. You're both assholes. He's grieving. He's lost his father. He has an excuse. He has the excuse of his dad just died. And you don't seem to care enough to be there. You kind of just like...
Oh, that's sad. I really feel for you. I'm still gonna go on that trip, though. Is that okay for me to still go on my holiday with the girls?
Yes, you've been looking forward to this trip. It has been pre-planned. It has been booked on a group rate, so you managed to save some money. It's probably costing you a good amount. But he did just lose his dad. You've been dating for 4 years and been living together for 18 months. You're supposed to be a unit, and in a marriage or a serious relationship, any serious relationship that you're trying to form in this kind of, civil partnership, marriage, intent, so on, your partner should be top of your list. And just like you should be top of their list. You're equals. It is a partnership. And you both come first. I would like to think that in the event that I lose my dad out of the blue, that my partner would drop everything to be there, unless it was while they were away on a work trip that they couldn't get out of, or something integral to livelihood, financial livelihood, that would result in loss of job to be there. I would let them off that. I'm pragmatic enough to let them off that. I'd be pretty upset if they just went, oh, well, I don't really want to go, so you have fun. Or, in this case,
I'm not missing this trip for nothing.
That's a pretty asshole move. That is an asshole move. What is also an asshole move is leaving you high and dry with nowhere to live. 4 years of relationship, 18 months of cohabitation, and then saying, I'm not renewing the lease. Good luck. Yes, he's hurting. Yes, he's grieving. Yes, he's going through one of the most painful losses he will experience in his life. That's a pretty harsh play right there. That is a harsh play. So neither of you are innocent parties here, but the simple move to make, cancel that trip. The thing is, now you have a lot of fixing to do. You've got to repair that relationship, even if you cancel going on this trip right now. It's not going to be a fun trip anymore. For a start, you're not going to enjoy yourself on this trip anymore. So the trip's kind of wasted either way, and you've potentially lost this relationship. If you actually care about him, cancel the trip. Go and try and rebuild that bridge. Repair that relationship if you care. That is your only choice right now if you want this to go well. If you're content with a breakup and finding somewhere new to live and all the rest of it, then go and suffer through a bad trip and try and rebuild your life. But you have some serious thinking to do. You are the asshole. Make no mistake. But so is he for that kind of a move. That is a rough play. Oh my goodness. What do you guys think in the chat? Drop it in. Let me know. Opinions, feedback, comments, anything you like. Like and subscribe, guys. Thanks for being here. Catch us on Twitch. Go and check out the Etsy store, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for coming. Bye for now.
Subscribe.